Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be a beginner's makeup kit. So I have a bunch of products laid out in front of me. I have some lippies, some eyebrow stuff, some eyeliner stuff, all kinds of junk. So actually let me get out my mascara, little glue, that. I guess if you want a pomade, you could probably use that. Okay. So we're gonna go by the way you put it on your face. So that would be, first would be primers. I have two primers depending on what kind of skin needs you have. So the first one is the Hard Candy Pore Defense Primer Serum. Sorry, everything's falling everywhere. This is to help like fill in pores and stuff like that. It's really, I feel like it's really hydrating. This is oil-free, silicone, and alcohol-free. It's a really nice primer from the drugstore. Obviously, all of these products are drugstore in case you were wondering. The next we have is the Physicians Formula Insta-Ready Face Primer. This is good for all of your face, whereas the Pore Defense, I would probably just recommend doing your T-zone and wherever you have enlarged pores. But this, I feel like, is a great primer for any beginner, really. So, yeah. Next, I have 3 foundations. I think probably what I'll do is have 3 of each. So the first one is the Second Skin Foundation by Lala Fox. I have mine in Rosy Ivory. And then the next one is the L'Oreal Paris True Match Foundation. I have mine in Soft Ivory in 1, which is a neutral shade. I also have the warm shade, even though this is number 2, but I also have that shade. And lastly is the Stay Matte Liquid Mousse Foundation in Light Porcelain. I really like this foundation, especially if you're a little more oily, maybe need a little thicker foundation, because the other 2 are liquid. I feel like this is a very great drugstore option. Next, we're going to talk about brows. I have 3 products for you. Don't ask me why. Can't answer it. The first one is the Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer. I have mine in the shade blonde because I used to be blonde. Now I could probably do light brown, but this is what it looks like. It just has little fibers in it and it really fills in your brows. I really love this. And this is a great beginner's step. Also have the e.l.f. Brow Pencil. Mine is in taupe, I believe. It's a light brown shade. It's really neutral, so it's like a blondie shade, I feel like. Like if I was super blonde, this is the shade I would use. It also does come with a spoolie on the end, so that's always good. And something a little more advanced if you're like, you know, I don't want to use a pencil, I don't want to use the mascara stuff. I really like this brow pomade. This is by Salon Perfect in light brown. As you can see, I've used the crap out of it. But this is it does come with a brush, so that's pretty easy to work with. But it is very workable, blends out nicely. If you make mistakes, you can kind of work with it. It's very malleable, and I really enjoy this stuff. It's only like, I think, $4 or $5. So it's really nice, and they have like, I think, 5 or 6 shades, I believe. You may have to order it offline because they don't always have all the shades in store. But yeah, great product as well. Next, I have 3 concealers depending on what you're looking for. So I have the LA Girl Pro Conceal. This is a medium to full coverage one. I have the shade Creamy Beige, but this is too orangey for me, so I can't wear it. But it is a really nice formula. This one comes with a brush on the end, kind of. Next, for medium coverage, I'd say, is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer in Light Ivory. I really like this stuff. It's like $3, I believe. And I really like this to spot conceal. It's very close, hold on, to my skin tone, I feel. Like, you can't even tell I put anything on. I'm gonna wipe it off, but it's really natural, especially if you're just doing concealer. This is something I would recommend if you're just gonna put on some concealer, maybe your eyebrows, and then that's it. This is a great concealer for that. I really enjoy it. The last one is a little more pricey than the other 2. The other 2 are under $5. This is the Master Conceal by Face Studio. I wish this had some type of brush or doe foot applicator, because I feel like I waste so much product with this. But I have mine in Fair. This is a really good primer, this is a very good concealer. I wouldn't recommend spot concealing with it because it is It's more of a brightening concealer, but I actually really like this for under the eyes and to highlight. I can use it on my chin a little bit, but I feel like for like little pimples that I have, I wouldn't use this. But it is definitely a great concealer. So next, I only have one face powder for you. This is the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. I have mine in Translucent Extra Coverage 07041. So this is a finely milled powder. It does come with like a little puff and a sifter, and this is a great powder to bake, to set your full face, whatever you're doing. Great face powder. And I do find that it does give, like, I have medium foundation coverage foundations, and I put this on and it makes it look closer to full coverage, so I really like this. Going on to more face makeup, I have some palettes for you and stuff like that. So the first thing, I have two different options for you depending on what you're looking for. So if you want to do cream, this contour palette, this is what it looks like. I know that's backwards. This is a True Blend CoverGirl contour palette. I have hair on mine. This is what it looks like. It's really nice. It comes with a bronzer, a contour, and a highlight shade. They're all super pigmented. They're very blendable. Remember to go in with a light hand with whatever you're using. But I feel like even if you did go in with a heavy hand with this, it still blends out very easily, and it's a great product for beginners of cream, contour, and highlighting, and bronzing even. I really love this, and this is in the, I want to say this is in the lightest shade that they do have, and it is super great. It doesn't make me look ashy, orange, anything like that, so I definitely recommend this, especially for pale girls. Next, I have a powder palette, contour palette. This is the LA Colors I Heart Makeup Contour Palette. This is what it looks like. Now, this is like, I believe, $6, and it has 8 shades. 7, well, depending on what you're looking for. It does have 1 highlight shade. It has banana powder, 3 skin powder, like skin color powders. Well, it does have it has an orangey color, or a yellow one, and then like a peachy one, and then it has 2 skin tone colors that you could use, and then it has 3 shades. This I would consider a contour shade because it is pretty cool toned, and then it has 2 different bronzers. This is like a more orangey bronzer. This is like a slightly cooler bronzer. But I really love this, and on the back it does show you how to use the shades and everything, so I really like this. I wish that it did come a little bigger like size, like they're maybe a little more spaced out, because I feel like when I use the highlight, I get it into other powders, you know, and stuff like that. Or even the, like, if I use this shade, it always gets into this shade. Stuff like that. But I really love this. It's very blendable, great. So I definitely recommend picking this up. Next, I have one more palette for you. This is the Pro Fusion Studio Highlight Palette. Let me take out the little card. I'm sorry this is so dirty. But as you can see, there's a bunch of different shades to use. Like, this orange actually blends out to be a golden shade. Like, it's not orange like you think. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like not an orange. Like, it looks in the pan, it looks straight up orange, but like this color and this, like, I feel like it's like the light version here and the darker ish version lower. Like, these two are both a goldenish highlight. These are like more of like a white gold, and these are like rose gold or like pinky shades. My favorites, I can tell you, these two. I'm still working on these 3, and I just found out that this is not an orange highlight. I was like terrified to use it. But this Profusion, this is the Studio Highlight Palette, is really nice. It doesn't have a mirror, but it's great like quality, and they're really pigmented. They work very well. So yeah, I really like this. Next, I have a few other products. I have a trio for you. This is the Rimmel London Kate palette, like sculpting palette. This is in 001 Golden Sand. This comes with a highlight, a contour, and a blush. I have really hard trouble finding blush shades that aren't too pinky on me or even too like red, if that makes sense. But I really like this shade. The contour is pretty nice. The highlight, I feel like if you wet it, it's a decent highlight, but for the most part, I'm not a big fan of the highlight. But I do really like this palette, especially for beginners. So definitely, if you want something that has just about everything in it, you could definitely use this. I really like it. Next, I have 2 different blushes for you. I have the Tawny Peach Color Mates blush. This is obviously a orangey peach blush. It's actually really nice. It's not as orange that it looks. Like, it blends out to be really peachy, and it is a gorgeous shade. Next, I have this Duo, which is the AZIZA matched blush tones to contour and highlight the cheekbones. So obviously you have a super light pink, that's what it looks like, and you have like a darker, depending on what you are. I like to mix them personally, or I've even used this as like a highlight shade. I think it's really gorgeous if you just slightly dip into it. This is a little dark for me, so if I'm going to use this, I have to mix in this blush or a different blush, because that is just way too dark. Like, actually, it's not bad, but usually it's too dark, and these are super pigmented, but they do blend out very nicely. And you get two, and I believe this is like $2 or something. It's not expensive, and they're really nice. It did come with a brush, but I lost the brush, so yeah. Lastly, for face, and then we'll move on to eyes and lips, I have the NYC Bronzing Face Powder in 720 Sunny. I really like this powder to bronze up my face. It's really blendable. It works very well. Easy to, like, if you make a mistake, you can fix it very easily. I really love this. Definitely recommend that. Next, I have this e.l.f. glitter primer. I use it for an all-over primer, not just for glitter. But it does have like a lip gloss, like the old school lip gloss applicators, which isn't a problem. I just put it on the back of my hand and then dab it on my eye. But I really like this primer. For eyeshadow, or for mascara, I really like the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. This gives you a really nice, full-looking lashes without being crusty, crumbly, anything like that. So I really love this thing. Next, I have 3 eyeshadow palettes. All of them kind of have the same tones in them a little bit, but they're slightly different. So first, I have 2 of the Wet n Wild All Natural palettes. I think they only have 2. I'm not sure. Comment down below and let me know if they have more than 2 shades. I only have 2 shades, and I've only ever seen 2 shades. So if they have different shades, definitely let me know. But the first one I have is the 754A Nude Awakening. I believe they're coming out with more shades. Now, why I would recommend this for a beginner is it's a great neutral pinky toned eyeshadow. You could get a really nice cranberry look. With this, it has some darks, some lighters, it has some shimmers. I believe there's like 3 or 4 shimmers. Yeah, all of these are shimmer, and they're really nice. But this, on the back, it shows you different eye looks you can do, which I think is pretty cool for like a beginner. I personally wouldn't do this smoked out look, but I've tried every other one, and they're actually pretty decent. I actually really like the matte one as well. It's really nice. But I like all of these. These are all very good. It really helps you. And then on the back, oops, you can see like it tells you the numbers. That way here, if you look close, it says like 853. And then up here you look and it's 853. So I really like that about both of these palettes. The next one is more of a goldy one. This is the 753 Bare Necessities palette. This is a more goldy toned one. And this one actually has more shimmers in it. There's only 1, 2, I would say 3 mattes, because even this is like shimmery kind of. So this has a little bit more shimmer in it. It's not about half and half like the other one. But this is a really gorgeous palette, and these 2, you can use this one by itself and then add this one later, mix them together. There are just so many ways to use this. And again, this on the back has different ways to use the eyeshadow, so I really like that on both of these palettes. I believe these palettes are like $5 or $6 each, $5 I believe. My last palette for you, and then we'll go on to lips and we'll be done, is the Profusion's Natural Ice palette. This is what it looks like. It's a really sturdy case. The mirror kind of sucks though. Like, look how blurry that is. Well, you can't really see it, but when you're doing your eyes, it's like super blurry. But I do really like the colors in this. They're all named. It does come with a 2-sided brush. One is a flat side and the other is the blending brush, or a blending side, I guess. But this is probably mostly mattes. It does have it has 2 shimmers in it. Here are the 2 shimmers, and then it has the mattes. It has a lot of mattes. So this is made for a really neutral eye look, but these colors, you could make so many eye looks with this, and I freaking love this palette. This is in my everyday makeup bag. Actually, most of these products are in my everyday makeup bag, but this is one of my go-to palettes if I just want a quick natural look, or I want to throw like 3 or 4 shadows on in the crease, you know, kind of blend it up, make it look nice. I really love this eyeshadow palette. It has a really nice packaging, and this is like $6, I believe, something like that. But yeah, I really love this palette. This is probably my favorite palette out of all of these, so definitely check it out. It does have a lot of shades comparable to the Morphe 350, which I recently purchased. But that's a little on the more expensive side, whereas this is like $6 and that one's like $24, I believe. So I would definitely check Profusion out. They have a lot of good palettes, and especially during the holiday season, they are amazing. So next I have 4 lip colors, all from the same line. These are the Color Jolts by Maybelline. I have 4 colors here that I would recommend depending on what you're looking for. So first is 05 Stripped Down. This is a brownie pink, I'd say, like brownish pink color with brown. It's a brown with pink undertones, or like a purpley brown. Next, I have the color, the 10 Never Bare. This is a really light, like, actually, these are comparable to the Too Faced, I can't think of what they're called, but it has the same type of like lip thing. Theirs are just, I think, longer and skinnier or something. Next, I have the 35 Berry Naughty. This is probably my favorite shade. They have a lot of shades though, so you could definitely pick and choose. Sorry, I'm swatching them off for you. I really like the applicator. It helps to give a really defined, oh, these are, my bad. This is number 30, Ready or Not. I actually really love this red color. These are a semi-matte formula. Like, they're still a little shiny, but they do transfer a little bit. But here are the 4 colors. There's 5, 10, 35, and 30. And I feel like the red is like the perfect red color. But I really like these. You can just stick this in your purse and go, and it's great. This is a really fall color, and I really love it. But these are a really nice formula. You don't really have to line your lips or do anything crazy. And look at that pigment. I didn't even squeeze it to come out. But you can make these as opaque or as light as you want. Like, it's really up to you. But that is all for this video. Make sure you wait for the next beginners how-to series, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.